FX major stories. An attempt to assassinate Princess Aisling Duval has been prevented by the Imperial Internal Security Service. The attempt occurred in the South.
Ship released. Departure authorized.
During a fundraising event. The IISS is analyzing the explosives used in the attempt to determine their origin. Meanwhile, former Rear Admiral Riri McAllister has been shot. She is currently undergoing medical treatment. The incident took place at the Alliance Chamber of Justice on Turnus World in the Alioth system. McAllister was on trial for organizing acts of terrorism as Nexus, founder of the League of Reparation. The Federal Intelligence Agency has launched an investigation into the Far God cult. Several members of the sect have been arrested. An FIA agent said that the purpose of the investigation...
Automated flight control protocol now offline. Thank you, Commander.
...was to confirm that the sect was not in contact with Thargoid forces, or being influenced by them. In other news, Aran-Barahan Purple Creative, an independent organization based in the Aran-Barahan system, has announced plans to build a massive cargo ship to transport goods out of the booming system. In support of this goal, the organization has placed an open order for various commodities, and has promised to reward pilots who deliver these commodities to Barnes Terminal in the Aran-Barahan system. Celebrated author Olav Redcourt has cancelled the promotional tour for his latest novel. In a statement, the author said he was abandoning the historical romance genre in favor of a new science fiction saga. The author's agent responded by underscoring that science fiction is a niche genre with a tiny audience. Finally, the Alliance has announced that its appeal for mined resources has reached a successful conclusion, having received an overwhelming response from the galactic community. Huge quantities of raw material were delivered to California Gateway over the past week, which will be used to construct an Ocelis starport in the MEL-22, Sector GMVC-28 system. And those are the main stories this week. Far God cult under investigation. The Federal Intelligence Agency has launched an investigation into the Far God cult. Several members of the sect have been arrested for interrogation. Senior Agent Nico Whitefield of the FIA released this statement. Given the organization's proclaimed interest in the Thargoids, it is vital that we confirm they are not in contact with Thargoid forces, or being influenced by them. The FIA is working with local security agencies across many systems to ascertain the truth. The Rewired News Service has broadcast footage of armed federal troops forcing their way into the cult's hive chapels and dragging cult members into armored vehicles. There was no sign of resistance from the Far God adherents. Other video feeds show groups of citizens trying to
Redshift drive charging.
shield the Far God worshippers, while rival
4, 3, 2, 1.
groups can be seen cheering on the soldiers. Juanita Bishop, who runs a campaign against the Far God sect, told the media, "We knew these foul cultists were Thargoid spies. Now we're going to be proved correct. They should have been rounded up and executed weeks ago." Aran-Barahan Purple Creative Campaign. Aran-Barahan Purple Creative, an independent organization based in the Aran-Barahan system, has announced plans to build a massive cargo ship to transport goods out of the booming system. In support of this goal, Aran-Barahan Purple Creative has placed an open order for various commodities, and has promised to reward pilots who deliver these commodities to Barnes Terminal in the Aran-Barahan system. The organization has also placed a kill order on all ships on its wanted list, to ensure that those contributing commodities to the campaign can do so safely. The campaign begins on the 2nd of August 3304 and will run for 1 week. If the final target is met earlier than planned, the campaign
Redshift drive charging.
will end immediately. Alliance initiative concludes. The Alliance has announced that its appeal for mined resources has reached a successful conclusion, having received an overwhelming response
4, 3, 2.
from the galactic community. Huge quantities of raw material were delivered to California Gateway over the past week, which will be used to construct an Ocelis starport in the MEL-22, Sector GMVC-28 system. With the campaign at an end, Alliance official Tor Vendast issued the following statement. "We are grateful for the efforts made by those pilots who helped bring this initiative to fruition. Construction of this starport will make the long journey to the California Nebula safer for traders and colonists alike. Construction of the new starport is expected to begin soon. Pilots who contributed to the initiative can now collect their rewards from California Gateway and the Sinufai EBR C-75 system. Riri McAllister shot. Former Rear Admiral Riri McAllister has been shot. She is currently undergoing medical treatment. The incident took place at the Alliance Chamber of Justice on Turnus World in the Alioth system. McAllister was on trial for organizing acts of terrorism as Nexus, founder of the League of Reparation. Deputy Inspector Mara Klatt, who was delivering prosecuting evidence at the trial, briefed the media. Shortly after McAllister took the stand, she was struck by a single shot from the visitors' gallery. She is now in intensive care and awaiting transport to an advanced medical facility. Assuming she recovers, the trial will continue at a later date. The shooter has been identified as Polly Cartesius, daughter of Nestor Cartesius, an Imperial senator murdered by the League of Reparation. She used a concealed laser firearm specially designed to avoid security scans. She did not resist arrest, and it is clear that this was an act of revenge for her father's death. As she is an Imperial citizen, we have extradited her to the care of the ISS. Polly Cartesius was last seen in public 2 weeks ago during her father's ceremonial funeral, which saw his body entombed in the Hall of Martyrs beneath the Imperial Palace. It is thought that she traveled to Alliance space using false identification. Captain Niam Sutonia has taken Miss Cartesius into custody and returned with her to Capitol, where she will stand trial for attempted murder. Aisling Duval assassination foiled. An attempt to assassinate Princess Aisling Duval has been prevented by the Imperial Internal Security Service. The attempt occurred in the ZOW system during a fundraising event for Unchain, the anti-slavery charity formed by the princess and campaigner Jan Torito. Captain Takeo Diomedes of the ISS gave his statement. Shortly after the fundraiser began, Princess Duval's security detail detected explosive charges in key locations across the event center. We immediately evacuated the building. The explosives, which were of amateur design, were disabled. Forensic analysis is underway to determine their
Orbital flight engaged.
Aisling Duval has not addressed the incident, and is continuing her fundraising duties for Unchain. Her fiancé, Federal Ambassador Jordan Rochester, made this comment. Had the explosives not been found, they would have killed hundreds of innocent people. Aisling and I are grateful to both Federal and Imperial security services, which are working together to ensure our safety. This is a splendid example of interpower cooperation, which we hope will soon be commonplace. Author abandons interstellar book tour. Celebrated author Rolav Redcourt has abandoned the promotional tour for his latest novel, halfway through a 2-month circuit of 50 systems. Reporters managed to catch Mr. Redcourt as he was storming off the passenger liner where he has spent the last 4 weeks. He told them, "I'm sick of churning out historical romance garbage, especially now that readers can change the damn story to suit themselves. I'm going to write the book I've always wanted to write, a science fiction saga set in the future." A statement was released by Bone Spire Publishing. Unfortunately, this incident constitutes a breach of contract, as Mr. Redcourt has only produced 14 Corsair King novels, rather than the 25 we agreed. We hope we can convince him to resume the tour and continue with the series. Margot Hist, the author's agent, commented, "Olaf's a true artist, so I'm sure fans will understand that he wants a little..."
Delay C Bravo Alpha November. Federal Flight Control Channel open. Be aware, weapon fire restrictions are in operation at this terrestrial facility.
Creative freedom. I can't tell you anything about the new title yet, but science fiction is a niche genre with a tiny audience, so I hope it sells well enough to pay Olaf's legal bills. Starport status update. This report presents the latest data on starports experiencing technical issues as a result of Thargoid sensor-related interference. The following starports are currently closed. Brashear Landing, Jabugali. Collins Station, Huichi. Dampier's Progress, Jabugali. Ford Platform, HIP 41022. Griffiths Horizons, Rakba. Israel Port, Mudra Makazi. Juri Silo, Obambori. Lindblad Hum, Venexo.
Landing gear deployed.
Station, HIP 93685. Thomas Orbital, Wolf 1241. Vishnievsky Snert Prospect, Anna Gorovici. Meanwhile, the following starports are on the brink of closure. Week in review. Here are this week's major stories. The League of...
Landing successful. Ship secured.
Operation has been dismantled, according to the Tri-Superpower Task Force investigating the organization. The announcement followed a successful operation to remove League forces from 2 systems, one in Federal and one in Imperial space. Riri McAllister, the League's central coordinator, has been charged with multiple terrorism-related crimes. The Church of Eternal Void, a fringe group that venerates the Guardians, has been declared illegal in every system where it operates. Cardinal Hieronymus and other senior members of the Church have been arrested for inciting acts of violence against the so-called Far God sect, which worships the Thargoids. Meanwhile, members of the Rochester family have come under attack following the engagement of Federal Ambassador Jordan Rochester to Princess Aisling Duval. Jordan Rochester's niece Callie Rochester was the victim of a physical assault, while her father Jupiter Rochester, a Core Dynamics executive, has come under fire from both shareholders and management. In other news, the classic children's show Andromedaries, about spacefaring camel-like lifeforms, is being remade for modern audiences. The production company behind the reboot has promised a dark, blood-soaked journey of psychological discovery, prompting dismay from the creator and writer of the original program, Vienna Langhorn. Finally, the Alliance has announced plans to build a new Oculus starport to further bridge the gap between the core systems and the Alliance's outposts in the California Nebula. The organization overseeing the initiative has placed an open order for mined resources to be used in the construction. And those are the main stories this week. League of Reparation eliminated. The League of Reparation has been dismantled, according to the Tri-Superpower Task Force investigating the organization. Captain Niam Sutonir of the Imperial Internal Security Service made this statement. Following the decryption of the League's comms network, we have now arrested or eliminated every member of the organization. The galactic community provided significant support by destroying the League's strongholds in Federal and Imperial space. Thanks to their efforts, the League of Reparation has been defeated. Deputy Inspector Mara Klatt spoke to the media about Riri McAllister, now known to be Nexus, the League's central coordinator. McAllister voluntarily revealed a surprising amount of information during questioning. It seems the League began building its forces a few years ago, recruiting misguided obsessives and mercenaries. They targeted INRA descendants to whom they could gain easy access, murdering dozens of innocent people. After Commander Jameson's ship was discovered, the League started targeting high-profile individuals and leaving the For Jameson message. This was designed to generate exposure and spread terror to families with an INRA connection. McAllister has confessed to being the original architect of the League. As for her motivation, she insists she is a direct descendant of Commander John Jameson, and that her duty was to avenge his death. In fact, McAllister is registered as an orphan of unknown lineage, meaning that we cannot verify her claim. Our suspicion is that this is a long-held delusion or a product of a psychological disorder. Alliance Interpol later confirmed that McAllister had been charged with multiple terrorism-related crimes. Her trial will be held shortly. Classic children's show returns. A children's entertainment show that achieved great popularity 40 years ago is being remade for modern audiences. The animated program, which featured spacefaring camel-like lifeforms from another galaxy, was titled Andromedaries. After many years, its devoted fanbase has raised funding for an independent entertainment company to purchase the rights. A press release from Black Shadow Productions stated, "This new incarnation of Andromedaries will delight fans both old and new. We'll be going on a dark, blood-soaked journey of psychological discovery, showcasing all the trials and pressures of intergalactic travel." Vienna Langhorn, the creator and head writer of the original show, commented, "It's about camels in space, for goodness sake. What are these morons doing to it?" Ogden Smith, president of the Andromedaries Superlative Society, told the media, With all due respect to Vienna Langhorn, she doesn't understand the show like we do. The new version will return viewers to the gritty, realistic drama we enjoyed when we were kids. League of Reparation hunt concludes. The Tri-Power Task Force, whose goal is to eradicate the League of Reparation, has announced a successful conclusion to its recent campaign. Scores of pilots supported the task force by eliminating League terrorists in the Zibel and Ian Palang systems. As the campaign drew to a close, Captain Niam Sutonia had this to say. The League of Reparation put up a good fight, just what we've come to expect from these fanatics, but we prevailed in the end. With the aid of the galactic community, we have now taken a bold step in eradicating this terrorist organization once and for all. Pilots who contributed to the initiative in the Zibel system can now collect their awards from higher port. Pilots who contributed to the initiative in the EM Palang system can now collect their awards from Brundage City. Alliance Initiative. The Alliance has announced plans to build an Osela starport.
Ship released. Clear for departure.
EM22, Sector GMVC-28 system, to further bridge the gap between the core systems and the Alliance's outposts in the California Nebula. Alliance official Torvald Dast issued the following statement. Our previous initiative established a link between our outposts in the California Nebula and the galactic core. But to
Redshift drive charging.
ensure the safety and well-being of travelers following
4, 3, 2, 1.
route, we need to maintain a robust program of starport construction. The initiative is being overseen by the Turner Research Group, which has placed an open order for mined resources to be used in the construction. The organization has also placed a kill order on all ships on its wanted list, to ensure that those contributing material to the campaign can do so safely. The campaign begins on the 26th of July 3304 and will run for 1 week. If the final target is met earlier than planned, the campaign will end immediately. Rochester family attacked. Members of the Rochester family have come under personal and political attack following the engagement of Federal Ambassador Jordan Rochester to Princess Aisling Duval. Several media outlets shared news of an incident involving Jordan Rochester's teenage niece. A physical assault against Callie Rochester was reported on campus at Olympus Village University yesterday. Students surrounded Miss Rochester and accosted her while chanting anti-imperial slogans. The assault was repelled by her private security detail. Meanwhile, Callie's father Jupiter Rochester was featured in a financial report from the Federal Times. Core Dynamics stock dropped by 18% this month, undoubtedly due to the CEO's family being linked with an imperial princess. Jupiter Rochester has come under fire from both shareholders and management, who are concerned that one of the Federation's bedrocks might be losing his integrity. Questions have also been asked in Congress of Isolde Rochester, Jordan Rochester's mother. Many congressmen have demanded assurances that the Federation will not relinquish influence or territory to the Empire in the wake of the marriage. Isolde Rochester released the following statement. Conservative elements always react negatively to change, even when that change is in society's best interest. My son's relationship with Her Imperial Highness represents not just a union between the Rochesters and the House of Duval, but the start of a new era of cooperation that will strengthen us all. Guardian worshipping church declared illegal. The Church of Eternal Void, a fringe group that venerates the Guardians, has been declared illegal in every system where it operates. Cardinal Hieronymus and other senior members of the church have been arrested for inciting acts of violence against the so-called Far God sect, which worships the Thargoids. The death toll among the Far God sect is now in the hundreds, with many more injured. Councillor Quinn D'Amico praised the declaration. All citizens have the freedom to practice any religion they choose, provided that religion does not sanction homicide. Authorities have made the right move to prevent further bloodshed. The decision was condemned by Juanita Bishop, who runs a campaign against the Far God sect. So the sixth Argoid lovers can walk free, while those with the courage to oppose them are put behind bars. It's the traitors who worship the enemy that should be illegal. This perversion of justice will backfire on us, mark my words. Dr. Jamila Griffin of the Galactic
Scan detected.
Faith Commune made this statement. The ability to distinguish between laws and beliefs is the mark of a civilized society. In this case, we consider the Far God
Scan detected.
to be the victim rather than the aggressor, despite the controversial nature of their faith. Starport status update. This report presents the latest data on starports experiencing technical issues as a result of Thargoid sensor-related interference. Old Silo, Checker. Daniel Gateway, Adieu. Pharma Laboratory, Lindetti. Gainsler Dock, Phoenixo. Iron Stock, Manide. Naily Survey, Manide. Naga Division, Galley Bessay. Pins in Orbital, Manide. Brasladder, Survey. Weber Dock, Mean. Young Station, Lindetti.
Scan detected.
Meanwhile, the following starports are on the brink of closure. Brashier Landing, Jabugali. Collins Station, Huichi. Dampier's Progress, Jabugali. Ford Platform, HIP 41022. Griffiths Horizons, Roadmap. Israel Port, Madramakaze. Jury Silo, Oran.
Target shields offline.
Lindblad, Phoenixo. Scott Station, HIP 93685. Thomas Orbital, Wolf 1241. Vasiliev Installation, LTT 4560. Vishnievsky Snerd Prospect, Anagoruvici. Weekend
Target destroyed.
Review. Here are this week's major stories. Mara Klatt of Alliance Interpol has announced that Admiral George Farmer, who was arrested last week on suspicion of working with terrorist organization the League of Reparation, was in fact framed by Rear Admiral Riri McAllister. It is now believed that McAllister is Nexus, the League's
Scan detected.
coordinator. Following this development, information decrypted by a tri-superpower task force has revealed the location of League's strongholds in two systems, one in Imperial and one in Federal space. A two-pronged operation to destroy these enclaves is now underway. Princess Aisling Duval has discussed her forthcoming marriage in an interview with Solomon Helios. The princess insisted that any negativity surrounding the wedding was based on prejudice and fear, saying, "Shouldn't we all be free to love whomever we wish?" Meanwhile, there has been a spate of violence against the Thargoid worshipping Far God cult, resulting in dozens of deaths and hundreds of injuries. The Far God cultists have offered no resistance to the aggression. Local security forces have been slow to respond to the
Roger that. Fighter is going live.
incidents, and few arrests have been made. In other news, a thermonuclear
Fighter is ready. Just tell me what to do.
weapon launched over 1,000
Affirmative. Scanning for hostile contacts, Commander.
years ago during Earth's Third World War, has been discovered. The intercontinental ballistic missile was found beneath the Pacific Ocean during construction of new undersea habitation off the coast of California. The missile's uranium core has been disarmed, and the risk to local populations nullified. Finally, a spokesperson for the Cobra Wing has announced that its campaign to build a research outpost in the Ebor system has been enthusiastically received by the galactic community. Scores of pilots supported the campaign by delivering commodities to Morris Enterprise and eliminating agitators in Ebor, thereby ensuring the safety of traders. And those are the main stories this week. Starport status update. This report presents the latest data on starports experiencing technical issues as a result of Thargoid sensor-related interference. The following starports are currently closed. Read the Enterprise, Tashika. Single Orbital, Lancia. State Now Survey, Cerno. Valkulas Vision, Verocalist. The following starports continue to experience technical issues. Stoke Port, SPOCS 253. Meanwhile, the following starports are on the brink of
Target shields offline.
Hunt the League of Reparation. The Tri-Superpower Task Force has launched a campaign to track down and eliminate members of terrorist group, the League of Reparation, Capcom.
down. I'm taking a lot of fire, Commander. Hull down to 50%. Help me, Commander. Taking fire. Repeat, taking fire. Enemy is down.
Scan detected. Target shields offline. Fractured charge detected. Target destroyed. Target shields offline. Under attack. Flight assist off.
Enemy is down. Nothing else showing up on my scanner, Commander. All targets destroyed.
Scan detected.
home ship, Commander. Enemy is down. That's the last of them. All bogies destroyed. Affirmative. Scanning for hostile contacts, Commander.
Scan detected.
The fighter is now under my control. Just tell me what you need. Yes, Commander. Docking fighter immediately. Fighter is locked up tight. We're gonna need to do some repairs, Commander. live. Fighter is online. Ready for action.
Scan detected.
Copy that. Remain vigilant, Commander.
Scan detected. Frameshift charge detected. Scan detected. Scan detected.
I read you. Bringing the fighter in immediately. Retrieval process completed, Commander.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Orbital flight engaged.
docking reservations are in operation at this station. Access is by request only. Authorization clear. You are go for approach to pad 05.
Scan detected.
Descend to flight level
Transport
200.
deployed.